My skibbledy ritzlers. It's time
Bruh.
to find out what the Alpha Zoomers think of the Morrowind expansion
Come.
for ESO.
Bruh.
Let's see how bad it really is.
Daddy, chill.
No. Use lib redirect to open in not YouTube. For better, fun, quicker loading times. Oh, it was weird, was it?
Oh my god, what the hell happened to Balmora?
Yeah.
This video is, without a doubt, the most requested project I undertake of all time.
Really?
Since I've been on a bit of a tangent
I
lately,
don't know who you are, bro.
2002 Morrowind, I decided to give it a try in the Elder Scrolls Online. Up until half a
And you
year
use,
ago,
like,
Skyrim was the
the stock music, lo-fi chill hop.
only Elder Scrolls game I had ever
Fucking
played
slop tubers,
seriously.
bro.
Last month, I decided to play Morrowind for the very first time, and now, logically, I gotta see how it holds up in ESO.
Yeah, last month you played it for the first time and you went, isn't Morrowind weird, guys? Oh, it's real skibbity backrooms.
So, it took me just over 30 hours to 100% complete the Morrowind DLC for the Elder Scrolls Online. Every quest,
Yeah,
story,
it's honestly 30 hours. That does sound about right for the ESO expansion. I played the ESO Morrowind expansion when it was in closed beta, public beta. Because I was so fucking, like, Morrowind was the reason why I even played Elder Scrolls Online to begin with. So yeah, I downloaded the whole PTS thing as soon as it was available for the public beta for Morrowind on Elder Scrolls Online. And I was so excited. And then I spent like 15 minutes doing the whole circuit around the entire map. I spent the 5 minutes or so in Balmora realizing it's just a collection of buildings you can't enter. And then I think it was probably literally the most disappointing thing in my life. So yeah, let's see what the Skibbly Ritz who just first started playing Morrowind last week. Let's see what he thinks about the Morrowind expansion. See if he thinks it's pretty weird, guys. See if he thinks it's pretty Skibbly Ritzler, like pretty backrooms.
I even did the raid.
Oh, and I did the raid, and he shows footage of fucking Maelstrom. Oh wait, no, it's assets reused from Maelstrom in the fucking Divius Fierce Hall or whatever it's called. My ESO noob mistake. Excuse me.
We're gonna turn those 30 hours of content into around 30 minutes for your
Still going. Fucking.
Now I know in this video we're kind of clashing two generations of gamers. Please, God, no fighting in the comments. I'm serious. My last videos were basically war zones. Let's
That's him trying to bait you into commenting for more engagement, by the way, which I'm not going to do.
start with some very
Because it's not even a two generations of fans clashing at each other thing. Like, no. You want it to be that for the comic cloud, don't you, cunt? Some of us actually are mature enough to have lived through and played all of these just because, you know what I mean? It's not Team X or Team Y. Fucking lo-fi chill hop.
background information.
AI generated video generation.
Takes place exactly 741 years before the events of the Elder Scrolls 3.
Look, I'm a Morrowind nerd,
This video,
and
you may
I'm gonna fucking nerd emoji you right now about this, bro. What USP page did you read for that 741?
yourself why the environment looks so different. Why is ESO's Morrowind so much more lush and vibrant?
Because it's designed in 2018 versus being designed in 2002.
Lore-wise, not the obvious technological limitations of 2002.
Oh, you mean not exactly what I just said?
Bruh.
From what we know, Dagoth awoke in the year 800.
Well, instead, it's because Lawrence Schick and Xena Marketing Online Studios, isn't it?
182 in the Second Era. That's exactly 300 years after ESO. When he awoke, that period was called the Days
When he was woke, Vivek is woke?
Bruh.
of Fire. I don't know if that's the official lore reason why Morrowind's environment is so dead in the Elder Scrolls 3, but that would be my best guess.
It might have something to do with, now, you might have to probe your memory banks to remember this one. It might have something to do with the fact that Vardenfell is literally on COVID lockdown due to a blight disease.
Another thing that's weird, if you didn't know, is that the events of ESO take place during 1 calendar year. This entire game.
That's fucking bullshit. He's bought the marketing here. Everything that happens in ESO happens simultaneously at the exact same moment because everything has to be instance for the children, doesn't it?
And its decades worth of content takes place during 1 single year.
Yeah, sir, please. Just, people, actually, show me on the doll where people care about ESO lore.
Bruh. Come.
This means the Morrowind DLC we're going to be playing today takes place over a couple days at maximum. And speaking of a couple days at maximum, I don't want another month-long gap between my uploads. For the purpose of time, I'll be showcasing all of these iconic locations from the original 2.
Oh, I only just realized.
Section of the video.
Oh.
Okay, we'd be running for over.
It was. But like the lo-fi chill hop, just add music to my video, please, ChatGPT remix.
Over 3 hours. I have a job. I can't do it. So,
You have a job? Isn't your job making this fucking content slot, bruh?
Start this adventure in the right place. Fresh off the boat. We start completely naked. No gear, no money.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Morrowind tutorial
nothing.
sucks. They
I
tried to
find
make it on a
ESO
boat
too
like the
easy for
original
my
one.
taste, so I add a few challenges.
Oh, you find ESO too easy for your tastes. No, aren't you special? It's not something that the community has complained about continuously since the one Tamriel update.
To make the game harder.
Yeah, look, I have to do self-imposed challenges. Yeah, like fucking everyone else who's played this game for more than a fucking decade. Oh my god. My skilledy ritzlers, and you weren't supposed to see that last text, but that's fine.
Rules can also be found in the description if you'd like to read them.
Yeah, our challenge modes are called, like, not having gear, or, like, only using light attacks, etc. And even then, the game's still way too fucking easy.
Anyway, we scrounge around on the ship for a bit for some basic.
Oh, but don't worry, guys. They've heard you, and they're listening. They're currently considering, I'm not going to do it, but considering having a think about overland difficulty in ESO after it's been, what, nearly, was it 8 years since the one Tamriel thing?
Come.
Loot. Trying to see if I can find. Aha! Look at that. And then head above deck. I mean, I'm pretending like I didn't actually walk back here and position myself on the bottom of the boat because this is not at all where you spawn in, but yeah, that's good. Now,
Whatever.
I really like the Elder Scrolls lore. It's probably my favorite fantasy universe.
So why did you take ESO's lore seriously, bruh?
Come.
Daddy, chill.
Also, when people say they really like the Elder Scrolls lore in the universe, you know what they're really always fucking talking about when they say that? It's their Skyrim CBB fat cowgirl body type fucking mods. So they haven't read the Morrowind books, have they? They just know they're in Skyrim available to read, but they don't read books because books don't have jiggle physics.
Bruh.
But Seyda shouldn't be here, right? I thought it was a newly established Imperial colony in Morrowind.
Oh, please. You fucking idiot, Skibbity Ritzler. Yes, obviously they made Seyda an exact duplicate so they could sell units for nostalgia bucks. Come on.
141 years in the future. There's an NPC in ESO who explains it was in fact.
Do they teach anti-critical thinking in schools now or
This
something?
guy was hired to build it since he's an
Jesus
Imperial.
fuck.
He used Imperial architecture. Did a bit more digging and found a Reddit post from what I can assume was a ZOS staff member. Basically, Seyda was too iconic, and although it didn't entirely make sense to.
Yeah, our justification was we needed it such that we could sell nostalgia bucks big chungus.
Include, they really wanted to.
Fucking Xenom Marketing Online
That's
Studios.
an honest, straightforward answer, and I can respect that.
It was not honest. It was straightforward. But the real answer is Xeno Marketing Online Studios needed that nostalgia injection of fucking fiscal quarter earnings.
The actual content, Seydanin is absolutely packed with stuff to do. I mean, it kind of...
And then every single other city in ESO Morrowind has like one quest giver.
bums me out to say it, but I think there's only one entire quest in all of Seydanin. Obviously, poking fun, but yeah, one mission was slightly disappointing. The quest guide's iconic location is mediocre at best. The guards were drugged so a slaver ship could pass by to a nearby island. Holy the dogs are out. What's going on down there? Your job is to prove it.
Keep it in your fucking pants.
Actually been
idiot alpha zoomers.
For some extra cash. Coolest part about this mission,
you're making everyone who's past a certain age threshold
all she wrote for
publicly appear fucking asexual with how insufferable and non-stop your constant fucking daddy chilling is.
Daddy chill.
Keep it in your fucking pants. No one wants to hear it.
Technically, there's a nearby delve called Xanasip.
Haha, Miyazaki feet. Haha, shut the fuck up.
Out a skooma addict to the local authorities in town. The Xanasiplu delve is in Morrowind as well, although not even remotely close to the scale and complexity. Okay. Yeah.
It's a lot nicer in ESO, in fact, isn't it? Even me as a crusty old Morrowind boomer, I admit the public dungeon in ESO Morrowind fucking slaps. A lot of the actual dungeons and delves and shit, they completely shit all over Morrowind's 2002 dungeon design, because it's a completely different product. But put them side by side visually to anyone who doesn't know anything, and everyone will say the ESO ones look good and the Morrowind ones look like shit.
Bruh.
This definitely wasn't here in Morrowind.
No, it's quite nice though, isn't it? Morrowind. Yeah, look, it's a drawbridge.
In all fairness, even for ESO, this delve looks pretty great.
Yeah, see, fucking give them something. Jesus, man. Yeah, put your basic bitch, badly rotoed fucking mob meme shit on it. Oh my god. Get some culture and sophistication, you young fucking twats.
Anyway, the last thing to do in Seydanin is to pick up the main quest. And don't worry, I'm not
gonna get up and do something else
here and there. The main story will be organized and have its own section of the video. From Seydanin, I move on to the only next logical step, Balmora, through the preferred method of transportation, of course. Oh wait, you can't. I can't even go to Balmora from Seydanin. There's only 2 options for the Siltstrider, and none of them are even where I'd want to go, because the other option would be Vivek City. Pulling up to Balmora on foot for the first time was a sight to behold. It was the exact opposite of Seydanin. This is crazy. I mean, compared to Seydanin, which is basically a 1-for-1 remake of Seydanin and Morrowind, this is kind of cool, I won't lie. This is a better, bigger city with what appears to be more infrastructure, a working river, for boats and stuff.
When you were fucking complaining about Seydanin being copy-paste, now you're glazing Balmora being fucking butchered?
Daddy, chill.
No. These fucking idiot youths need to learn how to stop being such shitty Morrozumers. And then I'll daddy chill.
Daddy, chill.
No.
Come.
And by the way, this place has a Siltstrider, so I have no idea why I couldn't take one before. Anyway,
you can take it, but and it's a big Chungus Morrowind reference that you probably didn't realize.
Come.
At least that's what Xena Marketing Online Studios will tell you. There's only 2 or 3 other Siltstrider destinations, because remember in Morrowind, well, you probably don't because you only played it last month. Siltstriders only have 3 or 4 select destinations, and you can't always go to directly the next Siltstrider that you want to go to, can you?
Bruh. Come.
Hyas's house, but to no avail. To me, that means Balmora must have been completely wiped off the map, right? And somehow Seydanin was perfectly fine, though. I will say, it was very cool to...
Sky Baby lore expectations. Fucking...
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What?
I'm trying to find a file.
Daddy, chill.
There you go, that's what I was after.
see the Red Mountain actually spewing lava in the distance rather than Morrowind's endless ashy fog. After exploring a bit, I decided to do some questing, and as far as I could tell, Balmora only has 2 quests. Unlike
It's actually pathetic. It's actually insulting. Like, that's what I basically uninstalled after how I mentioned earlier. I had the PTS and got on the Morrowind closed beta and shit. Like, after reaching Balmora and discovering what a nothing entity Balmora is in ESO Morrowind, I think I quit playing Morrowind for several years at that point. I quit playing ESO rather for several years because it was that fucking deflating, man. Because I was so unreasonably hype for Morrowind and ESO. Because it was the whole reason I even played ESO to begin with, is there were Morrowind adjacent zones in it. And that comes out, and it's fucking, you go to Balmora, the Balmora, with Kai's Big Chungus, that everyone, you know, as iconic, if not more so, than fucking Seidenine, idiot Xena marketing online studios creators. And they just completely fucking butcher it, and just do nothing with it. It's a city of locked door, building prefabs, and perhaps 1 or 2 enterable cells that are of no consequence.
Girthy. It took me almost 3 hours to complete. In short, we learned that House Redoran is actually the ones controlling Balmora instead of Hlaalu, and
I hate the ESO rigging,
Redoran's
man.
doing a bit of a better job. Anyway,
Everyone looks like a
Redoran
fucking
counselor
action
in
figure.
charge of Balmora has 2 estranged
Hero
children.
engine my
His son
ass.
was exiled from House Redoran and
Or like
joined
fucking
local Ashland
Marvel slop cinematic universe engine.
news of her brother's exile. Unfortunately, the father ordered an attack on the Ashlander camp and burned them all alive, including his son, whom he didn't know had sought refuge there. His
Yeah, it's
daughter,
pretty good.
on finding
Pretty
out,
good
was
story,
on a bit
isn't
of a
it?
rampage in the tail
Makes you do a
end
big
of
thing.
the tragic death of the entire family line. Again, that's 3 hours summarized into like 20 seconds, but this quest was pretty dark for ESO and decently complex.
Pretty
There's
dark
a
for
couple of choices
ESO.
you can make that alter the story.
You fucking haven't played much of it, have you?
I don't know. But at the end, you can choose to kill the daughter or save her, which has an immediate effect on the tone. The rewards for this quest were also very good. The other quest in Balmora isn't nearly as elaborate. Another estranged father basically asks you to drop some memory stones before he dies so his children can forgive him. On
Yeah,
this
they
mission,
try to
however,
twist
I
the old,
that
because they know
when you explore
Maraboomers are aging. They're Maraboomer nostalgia wallets that they're targeting. So they have to try and do, like, twist the knife, like, aren't you getting old, bro? Think about your family, bro. Sort of side quest writing, like, literally, it's so fucking shameless. From top to bottom with this fucking marketing slop company. Xena Marketing Online Game Studios. It's, the more you look at it, the more layers you pull away, the more fucking egregiously transparent. They're a marketing company, not a game dev. Xena Marketing Online Studios. Led by marketers who hire coders that they resent having to pay money to on very short-term contract stints so they can fix each individual piecemeal piece of shit marketing feature request be implemented into the game. Because they're a company of fucking marketers, not game developers.
Come.
in Morrowind for that stupid Rubik's Cube. Unfortunately, you can't get up there in ESO. It's blocked off with a wall, which is kind of disappointing. It's a noteworthy.
Think of all of the iconic Morrowind moments. You go and kill Snowy Granius. You want to go and kill Snowy Granius in ESO? Well,
Daddy, chill.
I'm afraid you can't.
The ruin in the original game. Anyway, after doing everything I could in Balmora, I decided to hike up north to Caldera, which seemed to be replaced with this structure. Further north, we come across Aldrun, which I guess I'm mispronouncing because they call it Aldrin.
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 Anyway, this was
that's Aldrun, obviously.
First area I've been
and yeah, this is actually pretty well done.
Developing stages compared to the city
you can see like the Eld scar is way more obviously like a big ass crab. Like even though functionally speaking from a gameplay perspective, all Aldrun is in ESO is the place that you turn in your shitty Ashlander dailies. still looks very nice. Like, look at the held scar. That shit's fucking rad, bro. And it's got the crab legs coming out. Like, that's cool, man. But effectively, this entire set piece is just so you can not even go and look into the cool crab. You just go into a little tent that's off to the side here, turn in your quests. And if you're a big Chungus ESO grinder like I am, you know, before doing that, you run up this back corner here because there's a treasure chest node that spawns there.
Giant crab with legs, which I don't think it had in Morrowind. Those must have decayed.
Yeah, what I just said.
It's very primitive with Ashlander yurts scattered around. When you go inside the crab, you can also tell it's being inhabited by the tribes rather than the...
It looks so cool, and you only go inside it like fucking once for one quest in ESO. It's so jacking. Because I've literally only seen this once. That looks cool. But you only do it once as part of the main quest in ESO Morrowind, and then the door is literally forever closed again. So I hope you enjoyed looking at it that one time in the quest that you did once.
Crab, you can also tell it's being inhabited by the tribes rather than the noble houses like it is in Morrowind. There's only one quest for Aldrin, and it's basically just a fetch quest where you gather offerings. It's only about 15 minutes long, but there's an interesting part where you investigate this dude's tomb and find out his ancestors were the ones to fell the giant crab. I didn't know that, but that's all there was to do in this entire area. I want to talk about the city of Vivec next, but to do that we need to go through the main story. Like the rest of the video...
The city of Vivec in ESO Morrowind requires some degree of nuance that I suspect this chap is incapable of displaying. In terms of, as an ESO player, from a functional gameplay perspective, ESO Vivec still to this day remains for a large portion of people. They go to ESO Vivec to do their daily crafting rits, because all of the crafting tables and shit are close together, and there's a banker outside, and you don't have to do loading screens to get to any of the things, turn on all the dailies, etc. Yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? I did just press tab, but it didn't. There you go. So that is all to say, you can't really talk about ESO Vivec as a city without bringing up its gameplay benefit, and we're not taken in isolation as a comparative product to the original Morrowind. Is actually pretty jam and continues to be a staple park your mules for crafting writs location to this day.
Come.
So let's see all the nuance he misses, he fails to get.
Take a shit ton of editing, but we're gonna whittle this 7-hour campaign down to about 5 minutes.
Oh, and he's just gonna talk about the fucking campaign.
Content. There will be details.
And it's so boring. It's ESO Vivec with big Marvel Boy action man fucking muscles. Oh, it's Morbin time. That dates it. That, like, bruh, even as a, like, surely even the other youngins would be like, ooh, that's kind of 2023 and cringe, bruh.
Outside of Seydanin, a group of priests are trying to locate ancient spirits on Vivec's orders. You haven't even accepted the quest yet, and Azura possesses an innocent woman to declare that you are the savior of her people.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, she kind of does this in Morrowind too. Anyway,
it's a lot more fucking subtle, though, is the fucking difference, you idiot skibbity ritzler.
To locate this guy's dead grandma. For some reason, this dead old lady holds the answers to the almighty Vivec's questions, but she does also have some interesting allusion to the heart and Dagoth. The heart remains safe? Talk about the heart of Lorkhan? As the enemy of old returned? Interesting. So, Vivec was thinking Dagoth returned, but no. After getting the answers you wanted, you head to Vivec to tell him yourself. Yeah, I know. I guess 700 years in the past, they were pretty liberal with day passes to the palace.
Yeah, dang liberals.
The palace chambers.
Getting in my palace.
The false
know what I'm saying?
Basically, some things are bothering him, and he's beginning to lose his power. He's not sure what, but we use some crazy crystals to help give us some things to investigate. Turns out there's an Ashlander wreaking havoc by the name of Chodala.
Chodala?
Chodala. I just remember.
Chodala?
Sounds like Chode. I thought.
Yeah, of course. That's all you were thinking. Not
previous Neverines, or like
yeah,
the failed Neverines in the cave. Turns out I was right.
But no, haha, Chode, right, gang? Fucking idiot, young people.
Mr. Chode's sister Saren tells me he thinks he's got
Mr.
what it takes to be
Chode.
the next Marine. His next step is to unite the 4 tribes to make Morrowind great again.
And make Morrowind great again.
Whoa!
What? Wow, what
Like
a
an
reference.
unnamed politician, wouldn't you say?
Oh, wow. Isn't like culture and racism and imperialism like such a current day Trump topic, my dudes? Isn't this like my Trumpy animes?
To, but it's not really important. You return to Vivek to find him in an incredibly weakened state. His archcanon tells me, with the findings I've discovered, he believes Chodala is using an artifact.
You know, I'm over this cunt, and I'm gonna end the video thusly. You might think you're doing a fucking funny by going Trump bad, but literally all you're doing is spreading more Trump propaganda to people who don't want to fucking hear it. So shut the fuck up, stop spreading fucking Trump propaganda and shit, shut the fuck up about muskrats or anyone else on those fucking platforms that literally no one wants to talk about. Shut the fuck
Daddy,
up,
chill.
get some culture,
You are a
and
transgender.
basically